In this video, I take you through the antique market of Jewtown and talk about what to see, pricing, and where to get a good deal. This is the entrance to the Mattancharry Palace, and we start exactly opposite to that from the private collections. This was one of my favorite stores, and we spent quite a bit of time here. It is a mix of old and new. As soon as you lay your eyes on it, you can see that there's quite a lot of stuff happening outside the store. It didn't have a board on top per se, but then you can recognize the store as exactly in front of the Mattancharry Palace entrance. There was a large collection of terracotta dolls, the old ones. These angels were beautiful, but this one had the wing broken. The other one looked intact, but on close inspection, the right wing was broken and then put together with glue. One way of knowing that terracotta dolls are authentically old is to look at their faces. You'll probably know what I mean when you closely examine current day dolls, which are made of plaster of Paris, and look at some of these old dolls. The features are beautiful, the faces are beautiful, and even the vintage painting on it looks pretty good after all the years. Growing up, I saw a display cabinet full of terracotta dolls in my grandfather's house, and that is how the love for terracotta dolls started for me. This place was absolutely amazing because this pile is something that I would probably go through if I had more time. It's truly a treasure hunt. This is the tiniest Annapurneshwari idol that I've ever seen. And private collections had like a whole collection of Annapurneshwaris. I know because I have one of these from which belonged to my grandmother. So I know these are old. Some of these statues are new. So the thing with shopping for vintage and antique things is that you have to do enough research, you have to do enough window shopping for you to know what is authentic old and what is made to look old. One thing I like about shopping at small shops run by individuals is that you also tend to have a nice little conversation with the owner. And most genuine sellers are upfront about what is old, what is new, and what is the story behind a certain piece. This baby Christ was absolutely adorable, so well made, but the only problem was that the neck was broken and restuck. I usually don't prefer buying figurines that are broken and then stuck together, but at home, if I already have an idol and then something breaks, I'm happy to stick it back together and continue putting it on display. But I don't prefer buying broken terracotta idols. This little Saraswati right on top was very beautiful. I loved the face and everything, but then I realized the hand that was blessing, you can see right there, is broken. I had to let her go, shortlisted a few dolls, and then managed to pick up 2 of them from this. Next, moving on, we move on to the street. This is where we were. Now we just move towards the Jewtown. On the left, you'll find an alley that goes to the jetty, to the backwaters, and lined with stores that generally sell the touristy stuff. And as you keep walking ahead, you see a Kamath restaurant on the right, and you can stop and do a little buttermilk or a coffee or a tea. I usually don't go into stores that sell apparel and stuff. I straight off head to the home decor. This is Cafe Jewtown. I did not get permission to shoot inside, but this has a full alley of vintage store, cafe, bookstore, you name it. It's beautiful. It runs all the way to the back where the synagogue is. So worth a try. We decided to take a break and have a little something to drink at this classic art cafe. This is a cafe in the front and again an antique store at the back, which opens out into the lane where the Jewish synagogue is. This was a beautiful place. I requested if I could take some videos and they obliged. And I had a little cold coffee, and while we waited for our coffee, I managed to take some very nice clips of this place. It had the most beautiful art. The display of the masks was stunning. At the back, they have a store. You could take some time and see what you want. If you are looking for something specific, then these stores are wonderful. You can tell the owner about whatever that you are looking for. I would love to recreate the two-seater cafe setup somewhere in my house. In fact, I have one in the balcony, I think. I fell in love with this little nook and the art that's inside it. It was so beautiful, and oh my god, the Last Supper in Kerala mural style. Everything on display at the Classic Art Cafe was on sale. You can buy any of these things, but they were so well put together, well styled, that this place was a pleasure to be in. And the fact that it's a cafe, you can spend time in this ambience, even if you're not going to buy something, or even if you're undecided about what you want to buy. This is a beautiful place to spend some time and have a little coffee or grab a little bite. The scary masks are totally up my alley, I thought. I use this styling trick all the time, putting similar items together in a collection, and it always looks beautiful. All in all, this place was really beautiful, and the art was stunning. The floor to ceiling galleries were beautiful, and the store is at the back of the cafe. I did not take permission to shoot in the store, so you won't see parts of the store here, but always get into these cafes and go all the way up, because you don't know what you will explore back there. Back on the road, random alleys, you will see old furniture, vintage stuff just strewn around. It's just a joy window shopping here, stopping when you feel like, and moving on. There are some really beautiful displays and some really beautiful things. Heritage Arts is one of the largest stores in Jewtown. I actually took permission to shoot, but on the day I was shooting, another employee came up to me and said, I'm not allowed to shoot and blah blah blah, and I did not have the time or the energy to explain. So I don't have a lot of shots from Heritage Arts, but yes, it's a large store, and if you have something specific that you're looking for, then it's worth a visit. If you've been following me for a long time, you probably saw some of these pictures when I came to Jewtown back in 2018. Another place that I visited in 2018 was Lawrence Handicrafts. Unfortunately, it was closed this time and I couldn't visit. But last time I did take some good photos and I had a lovely chat with the person in charge. Crafters is another large store. They have a really large collection, and if you're curating for your store, this is a good place to be. They said I was welcome to come, but did not give me permission to shoot. So this is all you get. Next we move on to the little street where the Jewish synagogue is. There's some beautiful art on the walls and lots of stores lined on either side. So some of the large stores that you saw and the entrance of the Jewtown on the right side actually move into this end into the street where the synagogue is. There's a sweet little embroidery workshop. If hand embroidered linen is something that you love, then you can get a piece here. Another lovely store on the main streets of Jewtown is Taj Antiques and Handicrafts. They have two stores opposite to each other. The collection is beautiful. These two lovely bullheads welcome you into the store. If you are going to shop at any of these touristy antique places, don't come blindfolded. Do your research, know exactly what you're looking for and how much you are willing to pay for it. I would say, knowing the prices, you know what is fair deal for a particular piece, and negotiate for a fair deal. One store that is exactly the first shop that you see in Jewtown is Lean's. I don't know why I don't have any clips of it and just this one photo. Here are stores that you must visit and must buy from. First is the Krishna Handicraft and Curios. It is a store run by a father-son duo, and they have some very beautiful things, and they're very warm and welcoming. I was really tired by the time I got to these stores. I don't have a lot of clips. The next is Yusuf Art Gallery. He has some very beautiful Kerala mural paintings and a lot other paintings by local artists. And another store that I would want you to visit is called Arjuna Art Gallery. He has a large collection of terracotta dolls, and I got quite a few from here. Let's talk pricing. Prices are touristy, definitely. Fort Kochi and Jewtown especially is a place that gets a lot of international tourists. So expect prices to be tourist prices. But if there is something that you want, and if people know that you are a serious buyer, you could negotiate. The larger the store, the more the overheads, the more it's going to cost whatever that you're picking up. The more exclusive or old that you want, it's going to cost more. But yes, working with smaller stores and seeing what collection they have gets you a better deal. This video is already over 10 minutes. So what I got from Kochi and what I paid for it is a video that I will make separately. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.